Michael, thanks for joining us here at Doncaster Rovers. 2-1 defeat in the end tonight. Just give us your instant impressions on the game.
I thought it was a game we dominated. I think Chappie's only had 2 shots to save. Really, didn't really have a chance on either. So lots of positives, some good stuff, some good minutes into people that haven't had a lot of football, and blood in some of the younger ones as well. So frustrated at the result, frustrated at a couple of the decisions that led to the result. But as a general rule, pretty positive.
You had a real team, a real blend of experience and youth in the side tonight. You just explained to our radio colleagues some of that's about protecting some of the more senior guys in the squad, and it gives opportunities to some of these B team guys, doesn't it?
That's what these games are about. It's not a case of just playing the kids. You want to give them a chance. So, like I said, there's people like Ollie Turt and Josh Ruffles had hardly any football in the last 12 months, so they got good minutes into them. You always need to keep players on top. We are light in midfield because we've got a couple of injuries and a couple are away international. So it's very rarely you're going to have 4 midfielders out. And then the same at the top end of the pitch. We've got a couple of injured and got a couple away in international duty, which wouldn't happen for league games, FA Cup games. But we wanted to get the game because we wanted to throw a couple in. And other than the result, which is always disappointing, I thought there were some positives.
You hate losing, Michael. You've said that to us plenty of times. We all do. Is part of the disappointment when you do feel like you're in control of the game, the nature of perhaps the first goal we conceded? We can talk about the second one in a second, but it was kind of one ball over the top, and it was the only time that Doncaster truly threatened us that entire half. Yeah,
that's part of the learning. You need to be more clinical, you need to be more ruthless when you're on top in games. You're never going to dominate a game for 90 minutes. So when you do get those moments at the start of the second half, I thought we were dominant then as well, and we didn't put the game to bed. We had enough chances from set plays. So there are things we need to improve. We've had a glut of games now, and now we can sort of dissect it in the next 10 days and get better at certain individual things, get better with the units, and hopefully that benefits the team.
That is the important bit now, isn't it? You've got that weird break because of the Blackpool game being postponed through internationals. What's the plan for the lads? How much at this stage in the season is rest not a massive concern, given we're only, I think, 6 games in off the top of my head?
They'll probably get the weekend. But we'll be in the rest of this week and we'll be in all next week working. And I've told them that I'm unapologetic for that. We're not where we want it to be. But it isn't going to happen in a short space of time. The same as when we won the first games. We didn't think we'd arrive. We didn't think we were brilliant. We know we're a work in progress. You look at Rotherham won their first game against us at the weekend. Luton are struggling. It doesn't just happen just because you've been relegated. There's no God-given right. Ultimately, we've won 3 out of 4 in the league. That's a positive, in my opinion. So, can we be better? Absolutely. Will we have to get better? Absolutely. So it's a case of constantly trying to work. You're trying to shift out a lot of things at the football club, and it doesn't happen in a short space of time. We got off to a flyer. We've had a bit of a bump in the last week, but stick together, keep working, and hopefully you get where you want to get to.
Talk about sticking together. There's always a lot said about the gates and the attendances in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. I thought we had a really good away following here tonight, and when you've got young lads on the pitch for the first time in particular, that's important to them, isn't it? It can do a lot for them.
The one thing that, since I've been in the football club, the supporters have been brilliant, and that's not just paying lip service as well. Like you said, it's a low-key game. I don't know what we had, 400 or 500 here today, and I think they had 6 or 7. So it tells you everything. I know Granty really well, and he was talking about the support before the game. And for the young ones, it's a different test. It's men's football with some experience out there. They were a team of kids, a lot of league football in theirs, and they're playing in front of a crowd. Now it's a smaller crowd, but it's still bigger than what they're used to. So again, can they play under that type of pressure? There's the expectancy now that once you pull the first team shirt on, there's sort of different things that you have to meet, where it's not okay to give the ball away, and it's not okay to be loose, because this is a competitive game. It's not an academy fixture where it's about development. It's about winning, and that's the disappointment from today, is that we didn't win. That's not on the young lads.
No, absolutely not. It's interesting when you see some of the lads making the first appearance, then you look at Tom Upenda in there. He doesn't look like a lad making his first appearance now. I mean, he's only made, I think, 7 first-team appearances for Town, but he's an interesting player, isn't he?
Yeah, someone we really like, Tom. We think he's got a big future at the football club. I think he's got a lot to do. But no, I thought he stood out in there today. I thought he looked... What he is, he's 6'3", he can glide past people, he's powerful, but he's getting better at landing on the ugly part of the game. That's what he needs to improve. There's that sort of out of possession midfield part of when they've got it, what you're doing in transitions, what you're doing, because we know what you can do with the ball. And I thought I thought he looked leggy in the couple of the games that he's played earlier in the season, but I thought he looked strong for 95 minutes tonight.
Michael, thanks for joining us.
Cheers, Dave.